The old lady burst out laughing. Her expression showed she hadn't taken the comment the wrong way.
入江先生、申し訳ない。症状開けてもらえんけんね。風が涼しそうだわ。
The cool chirping of the Higurashi had at some point started leaking through the gap in the doorway. Irie stood up and opened the door a bit. A refreshing breeze pushed out the stale air that had built up in the room.
日中はだいぶ暑くなったように思うんですが、まだ朝夕は涼しいですね。夕べは少し肌寒いくらいでした。
そんな朝夕もまた、Hinamizawaのいいところな。
Irie replied with a smile as he returned to sit on the cushion beside the old lady. And then the two of them, for a little while, soaked in the voices of the Higurashi.
わしゃ100まで生きにせ。もうしばらくは死ねんよ。ダムの剣、きっちり蹴りつけるまでは、勘の蓋かって収まらんわ。
国が一度決めたことを撤回するのは、なかなか難しいでしょうね。
国のやることはな、いつの世も、イシュース回すみたいなもんね。そんでも、だいぶ重いやっちゃ。
イシウスですか？
知らんねか、イシュース。
Irie quickly affirmed that, of course, he knew what the old lady was talking about. For he knew full well that Orio didn't like having her stories interrupted.
国のイシュースはな、なんでもゴリゴリ引いちまう。大したもんよ。でもな、簡単には回らない。重いイシュースなんねな。たくさんの人間が、せーのってやって、ようやくじりじりと動き出す。そんなイシュースなんよ。
Irie pursed his lips, listening quietly to what she was saying. Eventually, Mion returned with some tea laid out on a tray. Seeing that Orio was talking and in a good mood, she quietly knelt down and laid out the sets for the barley and the black tea, careful not to interrupt.
だから、一度回り始めたら、簡単には止められんね。回し始める一番初めが一番重い。それが嫌だから、みんな手を休めんと、ゴリゴリ回し続けるんね。
摩擦係数の話でしょ？確かにバッチャの話、理屈はあるね。
ちゅうことはだ。何かの間違いで突然イシュースが止まっちまったら、また回すにゃどえらい力がかかる。ちゅうこったな。
確かに、一度中断した計画をもう一度動かすのに必要なエネルギーはかなりのものでしょうね。
簡単には止められんイシュースだけどな。一度止めれば二度とは回らん。そういうイシュースよ。
イシウスを止めるいい手があればいいんですがね。
When Irie responded with that, Mion and the old lady suddenly sunk into silence. Irie, instinctively thinking he had said something rude, searched in a small panic for the words to correct himself. But that silence wasn't the result of rude words. For what crept across Mion and the old lady's faces were contemptuous smiles. The atmosphere surrounding Irie suddenly froze, leaving him flabbergasted. thinking that the scornful smile creeping across both of their faces was the result of some mistake of his. He could only grow afraid. He hadn't been that long at all since he was involved by silence. However, unable to stand it, Ariakey could only let out a weak laugh. Ariakey's laugh eventually spread to Bjorn and the old lady. Not knowing exactly what they were laughing at, their laughter left a lingering chill. The only ones not laughing were the Higurashi, who continued their simple and unchanging chorus. Alrighty then. The phone suddenly rang. I woke up in a hurry. The clock read 9 p.m. I guess so. It is time for us to meet the informant.
しまった。定時連絡の時間を寝過ごした。
I picked up the receiver.
赤坂様、外線からお電話が入っておりますが、おつなぎしてもよろしいでしょうか。ご同僚の加納様と申されております。
Alright. I knew it. I didn't call them, so they had phoned me.
すみません。つないでください。
かしこまりました。おつなぎしますので、一度受話器を置いてお待ちください。
After I put down the receiver for a few seconds, the phone began to ring again.
はい、もしもし。赤坂です。
赤坂くん、加納です。
Hello there, Kano.
お疲れ様。定時連絡がなかったので、こちらからかけました。そちらの状況はどう？
Leaving the lecture for later, my senior coworker got straight to the point.
今日は、Hinamizawa村へ実島に行きました。観光客を装うことで、村長以下の何人かの死守同盟の要人との接触に成功。何も聞き出すには至りませんでしたが、好印象を得て、明日以降へのつなぎを作ることができました。
そう。なかなか手際がいいね。赤坂くんのどこか初々しい感じが、むしろ武器になったのかもしれないね。まずは上守備ってところかな。
比較するほど経験がないので、上守備かはわかりませんが、とりあえず、今日のところは順調だと思います。
県警での情報や地元警察の公安での情報と照らしてどう？鬼ヶ淵死守同盟は白っぽい？
I still didn't know. Yeah, we don't know yet. I should have been able to say that immediately. I only had to say that, but for some reason, I hesitated.
まだ調査中ですので、なんとも。
そう。なるべく早めにね。わかってると思うけど、今夜が終われば、誘拐から丸4日が経過する。いつが時間切れという明白な区切りはないけど、時間の経過は確実に我々の状況を不利にしていく。それは分かってるよね。
ええ、分かっています。迅速に。だけれど、細心の注意で調査を続けます。
うん。くれぐれも気をつけてね。相手は暴力主義団体なんだから。油断すれば危険もあり得るからね。危険が迫ったらすぐに連絡を。その場合は地元公安に応援体制を入れられるようにするからね。
ありがとうございます。頑張ります。
他に赤坂くんの方から連絡はある？
I reported several bits of supplementary information, and at the very end, I decided to ask.
そちらの調査の進展はどうですか？
うん。こっちもみんな頑張ってるけど、なかなかはかどらないよ。何しろ、調べる団体が星の数だからね。だから、君の方の団体も白だと分かったらすぐに帰郷して、他の職員の応援に入ってもらいたいんだよ。室長は、鬼ヶ淵も洗っとけって言ってるけど、俺は鬼ヶ淵なんかの反ダム住民団体なんかは、今回の件、全く無縁だと思ってるからね。職員一人を一団体調べさせるためだけに出張させるのは、 すごく痛いよ、ほんと。
At this point, he was just complaining. He was telling me to stop taking time enjoying my trip, to finish up and get back quick.
なるべく早めにケリをつけるようにします。
うん、よろしくね。じゃあ、他に何もなければ切るよ。
はい。特にありません。
Alright. As we were ending our call, he scolded me thoroughly for being late with my regular report. After that, I hung up the phone and sprawled out on the bed. I guess so. Come to think of it, I hadn't heard anything from Oishi. He was supposed to contact me about a time and place to meet with the informant tonight. Exactly. I thought about getting angry with Oishi in retaliation for being scolded for forgetting my daily report. Oishi can be a little bit of a douche at times. But I don't think he would do something like that, would he? Come to think of it though, Oishi didn't really say anything other than that he was going to call tonight. Waiting for a phone call when you didn't know what time it was going to come was in itself rather difficult. Just when I thought that, the phone rang. I picked up the receiver in a hurry.
もしもし。
これはびっくりしました。
Hello there, Mr. Oishi.
赤坂さん、あなた受話器取るの早いですね。警官辞めても大企業の営業で十分飯が食えますよ。
まだ警官辞めた後のことなんか考えたこともありません。
そこまで過剰に反応されると面白いな。
Hey. Okay.
しかしいけないな。因果な商売ですし、今から考えても遅くないですよ。
Yeah, I mean, joking aside, Akasaka wouldn't be the type of person to do that.
遠慮いたしますので、本題に入ってください、大石さん。
そうですか。それは残念です。じゃあ老後の話は次の機会にでも。では本題に。
Many of the executives in the Onigafuchi Guardians had a lot of sway in the neighboring regions. Even in Okinomiya, there were a lot of people with relations in the village. That's why meeting in the Shishibone Market District, far from Okinomiya, was a matter of course.
赤坂さん、こっちこっち。
Hey!
ちょっと迷いましたが、北口からの方が遠回りだけど道は分かりやすかったかもしれませんね。
いえ、遅れて申し訳ありませんでした。
夕飯はもう食べちゃいました？
ええ、済ませてあります。
じゃあ、お酒の飲めるお店に行きましょうか。
Sure thing.
洋酒派？日本酒派？女の子のいる店といない店はどっちがいいですかね？
Still trying to convince us.
お構いなく。勤務中は飲みませんので。
Hearing that, the man that Oishi had brought along bent backwards as he guffawed, clapping Oishi on the shoulder.
ねえ、初々しい人でしょ？その分ちょっぴりサービスしてあげてくださいよ。あのお金は全部彼のお財布から出てるんですからね。
The man that Oishi had brought seemed almost like a ticket scalper or a bookie. Even his appearance was dubious. So I assume he is the informant. The informant grinned deviously.
おい、坊主。お前旦那にいくら渡した？だいぶ途中でつまみ食いされてんぞ。
大石氏への仲介手数料も含めていますから、それも含んだ上です。
It seemed that the informant had expected a more extravagant reaction on my part. When I responded matter-of-factly, he realized that I was an entirely different type of person than he was. Akasaka, he is quite a serious one. He is a young man with dreams. With dreams of being a serious cop. Ready to save the day. But rather than putting a distance between us, it seemed that I piqued his interest.
だから言ったでしょ？真面目な人なんです。
Yeah.
でもね、赤坂さん。私たちのような職種の人間は豊富な社会経験がとても武器になるんですよ。
女の子がいてお酒が飲めるお店での経験がどう武器になるか疑問です。
The informant, unable to contain himself, clutched at his stomach as he guffawed, heedless of the people watching.
いや、もう。赤坂さんはいちいち察しがいいな。よっ、さすが高学歴。
大石さん、あなた、どこかで飲んできましたね。酔っ払ってます。
Is he? Cause he acts just like normal.
オフタイムに飲んで何が悪いんですか？あなたは勤務中でも、私はオフ。オフ。
Okay, now I'm questioning it. Are you actually drunk? Oishi, who was the sort that fooled around to begin with, was in such a good mood I couldn't figure out a way to deal with him. Cause there is a point where Oishi is all jokes and such, like usual, and then at some point it cuts to him being serious, so I'm waiting for that. Completely different than me, who had come worried about getting every bit of information I could. Unless he is drunk and he is gonna be silly like all night, and us getting information is gonna be a little bit hard. Oishi-san. Well, let's hope that the informant is not drunk. After taking so much money, you were supposed to get me information worth at least as much. I thought this, but then realized that I was getting my information from the informant. So it didn't matter how drunk Oishi was. Yeah, exactly, so I guess we shall... If he is drunk, then we can just leave him have fun at the bar and such. And we're gonna get as much information as we... Actually, you know what? If Akasaka is smart enough, maybe we could get like more information than we could. Well, maybe if we can actually make the informant drunk as well and get a lot more information than how they wanted, then it could be to our advantage, but I don't know. It was nothing I could complain about, but I still felt slightly riled up. Oishi the informant. He was no doubt a fake name, but he introduced himself as Sato, led the way deeper and deeper into the back streets of the market district. Even though the market was bustling, a couple of turns off the main street and you were in a desolate alleyway. Oishi started climbing a set of stairs on the side of a CD building. There wasn't any sort of signage, so I couldn't tell if the place was open, or if it was even a store at all.
安心してください。怪しい店じゃありませんよ。
Those words, coming from Oishi's mouth, had absolutely no credibility. Yeah, look at this place. Beyond the door was thankfully a typical Mahjong parlor. I was relieved that it wasn't the sort of suspicious place I had to be on my own guard about.
はい、いらっしゃい。あら、大石さん、お久しぶり。こっち入ります？
It's only been a couple of days though.
すぐ開きますよ。
I assume. Like maybe the salesperson is joking about it's been a while, when in actuality it's only been a few days.
いいえ。今日はセットですからいいです。お、待たせましたね。
Mahjong is a game played with 4 people. It seems that a middle-aged man who was going to be our 4th had already arrived and was waiting for us. Oh, we're playing Mahjong? Okay.
遅えぞクラウド。俺はもう消えろと思ってたんだから。
Oishi made an excuse for why we had taken so long. Eventually, realizing that I was a new face, the other man grew interested.
彼は赤坂さん。東京からはるばる出張されてきた将来有望な新人さんです。
Yep, and I'm Noby. I am Noby Grant, private investigator myself, working on the case.
坊主、お前麻雀はできんのか？
まあ、学生時代にそこそこに。
Sato and the old man cackled in unison. Their plot to sucker me out of my money was painfully obvious.
緊張続きの出張で疲れておいでだろうと思いましてね。一つ今夜は心の選択でもして差し上げましょうかと思いまして。
今更野暮なことを聞きますが、私たち 警察官ですよね。
まあ、それはいい子なしで。なーに、実際にはかけるわけじゃありませんよ。この後いいお店に遊びに行くときに、誰が全員分を払うのか決めるだけですって。遊
びに行く？どんな店に遊びに行くんですか？
Without reservation, the three of them start suggesting places like cabarets, high-class clubs, and even brothels. At the very least, they were the type of places that you couldn't go to with money that was just for funsies.
私のお金は先日、大石さんに根こそぎ預けて、支払いは不可能ですし、仕事。
じゃあ、坊主が勝てばいいじゃねえかよ。
Oh boy.
おめえが勝ったら、この雀荘の支払いはなしで、クラウドに仕事の話でも何でもすればいい。
No matter what happened, it seemed like they were intent on playing Mahjong for free. I would have to fasten my resolve a bit. If I was going to be underestimated like this forever, it was going to get in the way of my work.
わかりました。では、少しだけお付き合いします。
Alright.
私が勝ったら、アフターの遊びは一切なしで、すぐに仕事の話に入ってもらいますからね。
いいですとも。
俺が勝ったら、フラワーのブルーマーメイドに直行だからね。
The Blue Mermaid.
おやっさんも好きだな。私はもちろん馴染みの店をはしごしまくりですよ。あっけみちゃん。佐藤さんはどうします？
私は静かに飲めるお店でいいですよ。
静かにバニーさんとでしょ。この間飲みに行った時、あんたバニーさんの尻尾を引っこ抜いちゃったでしょ。
I mean, that place. Hold on, did I actually say the name of that place? Nah. Like a place with the bunny girls? I actually like a place like that. Totally not in favor of bunny girls myself. Not at all. But other than that, I would recommend Angel more myself, since that's the only place that I know that would be where we could have some fun.
あれ結局弁償だったの？
マスターに法政代とか言われて一本ドンペリ開けられたな。
Oh, Dom Perignon. I assume that was what it was called. I do know of that drink because it's like one of the most expensive drinks out there. Jesus. What a lively table this was. Like last time I checked, I was at a restaurant like a couple of days ago, and I was looking at the menu and I saw like the bottle. It was like over $700. Jesus. Speaking of which, the fact that they assumed that was the same was a bit disheartening. Oishi had taken all the money I brought, so everything I had left was out of my own pocket. All of the money though? I mean, Jesus. In addition, there wasn't that much left of that either. If I kept on hanging around him like this, through his goading, my wallet would disappear into the night. Well, not your personal money, not your personal wallet and such, but your business money, that is. Because remember, you have like multiple wallets, right? That's what I understood. I had to somehow win and return the conversation to my job. But these people, no matter how you looked at it, were pretty good. Sorry, Yuki.
そんじゃこれでリーチッと。
Alright, well, I guess this time we're gonna be having fun with the old geezers instead of with the girls. That's not something that was on my bingo card for this chapter, that's for sure. So, fun is fun, I guess. Well, the old man and Sato-san probably won't fall for this silly Richie. I wonder if Akasaka-kun will spit out what I need.
クラウドのリーチなんざどうせこの辺だろ。この辺なら通るだろ。 それ
Oh, the old man's pretty good. He's quietly trying to use one of my safe tiles to complete his hand, isn't he? It seems that Akasaka-kun has at least learned the ropes when it comes to guarding against someone's reaching. That will be his downfall.
どうした坊主サクッと切らねえかいよくわからなかったらクラウドと同じもんを切ってりゃ安全だぞ
Ooh, Akasaka-kun's really fretting over this one. It was glaringly obvious that he had a safe tile to discard, but he didn't want to throw it away because it would move him farther from completing his hand. It's so nice when they're young and innocent. Come on, hurry up and throw out the kicker. Who's narrating this? Oichi? If he gave me the winning tile, we'd be headed to an establishment where I could go, where I could do with all sorts of licking and sucking. Oof. If it gives the old man his winning tile, we'd be headed straight to the place with maids in bloomers.
これは通りますか?
He looked up as he hesitantly threw out a tile that was... Oh. Too bad.
おいおい危ねえパイだぞクラウド通るのか
いい通りますよ
It seems this time you were lucky. But as long as the round kept going, I could still win off the draw. Yeah, it's Oishi. That's narrating. But after that, Akasaka-kun managed to luckily avoid throwing any bad tiles. And somehow the round managed to end without anybody completing a hand.
天敗
天敗
同点
Sato-san had keenly anticipated that the two players were in Riichi, and had decided to play it safe. What a cool-headed way of playing. Now let's see... What kind of hand did Akasaka-kun have? When the round ends with nobody winning in Mahjong, anybody in Tenpai has to show their hand. But if you're not in Tenpai, you have no obligation to reveal it. Your average beginner would normally show their hand even if they weren't in Tenpai, and start a commotion about how if this tile or that tile came, they would be in Tenpai. But he didn't. Being stingy?
どうだって坊主ちょっと見せてみ
Sato-san reached over to flip the hand that Akasaka-kun had casually placed face down.
なんじゃこりゃ
He was nowhere near Tenpai. Was Akasaka-kun totally bad at this after all? Right then, as the old man compared the tiles from Akasaka-kun's hand to the discard pool, a puzzled expression crossed his face.
坊主おめえこの辺りで張っとるだろどうして切った
マンズの高いあたりが急に高騰しましたので抑えました。大石さんのリーチに対して安全性が高まったのにです。筋でさばけば無難なのにわざわざ抑えた方がいる。
おおクラウドのテンパイなど鼻から論外っていうわけか
相当高度な引っ掛けでなければ私の宝珠を期待したぬるめの手かと思って。それよりもダマで張ったあなたの方がとりあえずは問題でした。
いつテンパイしたのに気づいた
この辺りですか。ノンタイムで4連続で切ってますよね。初めは食い替えかと思いましたが私をチラチラ見ていたので期待しているんだと気づきました。
Akasaka-kun, you.
赤坂さんあんた麻雀始めてどのくらい
高校から大学くらいまでの間しかやっていませんよ。さあ続けましょう。佐藤さんはテンパイしなかったから流れて次は私ですね。おや。
It seems like Akasaka-kun is really aware of how the game flows. I thought we were just going to eat him alive. It looks like that isn't going to be so easy. Don't underestimate him.
大石さん。Whoa. 想図が濃いですね。
Ah! So that's how Akasaka looks. Balor and George fusion dance ass motherfucker right over here. Look at him.
回しますか。
この坊主。クラウド、降りるな。
I mean, he does look cute. Not gonna lie. Joking aside.
あと3つ。いい牌が来ればな。佐藤さんはうまくいきそうです。
But damn. I guess this means that we're gonna have to discard like the doodle that I made for him. Up until this point he was Balor, but now it's this guy. Like, like Akasaka looks like Balor, but now we know how he looks, so... I don't know, just change his hair color and like the like the suit and all that. There you go. I think we're good.
くそ。食いたんで引きずり下ろすか。チーだ。
チーですか。じゃあすみません。それポンです。
Whoa, no. Going to call three of a kind after he declared us straight? Trying to override and interfere?
坊主、おめえ、離れしとるな。
まさか。私が生まれる前から打ってるような方々とは比べようもないですよ。それです。ロン。トイトイ赤赤ドラさん。
Jesus! I don't know what the fuck all that means, but it seems that Akasaka is winning.
親ですからね。ちょっぴり高いですよ。
くわ
赤坂さんやるな。これは我々も本気を出さないと。ねえ。
本気のついでに展望も出してもらいましょうかね。私は眠いんで、手っ取り早く終わらせます。
Ooh, spicy. Akasaka? This is somehow unreal. Before I could realize it, there was an ominous cold air emanating from beneath Akasaka-kun's feet.
ぬるいですね。マンズのリャンウーパーが笑ってませんか？
ちくしょう！坊主てめえ！
クラウド、おめえ差し込め。坊主の親、とっとと下ろすぞ。
悔しいですが、どうやらそうした方が賢明なようですね。出た！ローだ！太陽ドラ1！
すみませんね。頭ロン、ピンフ。
頭っぱねだ？小僧のくせに。
小僧。小僧が相手だと、バカバカしくて手を緩むってわけですか。じゃああんた、その小僧以下ってわけですね。面白いなあ。あんたら連中は決まって、小僧だ坊主だって言うよ。
Okay, keep it cool there, buddy. Keep it cool with that sexy voice of yours. Otherwise it feels like you're gonna eat them alive. Yourself. Not the other way around.
赤坂くん？赤坂くんですよね。なんだか、ムードが変わりまくりなんですがね。
私をかもって今晩はいいお酒を飲むおつもりだったんでしょうが、どうやら皆さんの当ては外れそうです。の単品3色赤1ドラ1。
おお、張ってやがったか。
だからあんたぬるいよ。いくらダマだからってこんなにぬるい三面なんだから読んでくれなくっちゃ。
Akasaka-kun chuckled as he rested his chin in his hands. That pose was so fitting it was almost scary.
おい、クラウド、話がちげえぞ。初々しいカモがネギ背負ってきたって言ったのは誰だ？
いや誰でしょうね。おいさ、まずいよ。
Did they all go to the bathroom for a special meeting?
このままじゃ負けるよ、マジで。
Akasaka-kun, for you to make me get serious. Looks like you want to be milk dry. Oh my god, don't tell me that they're gonna cheat.
ポン、ポン。気前がいいですね。もう一回ポンです。
Pawn. Akasaka-kun was almost singing at this point. The towels he had open were all pin towels. You can't be serious. Are you really going for the flush?
ポン。
坊主、正気か ?4 つも晒したら、おめえパイが1つだけじゃねえかよ。
そうですね。知ってます？短期待ちって一番読まれにくいらしいですよ。
バカかてめえ。そこまで染めて晒しといて、今更出ると思うんじゃね
え。読めてますよ、赤坂さん。それ、均一でも本一でもないんでしょう。4つポンした時点でトイトイは成立してますからね。あんた今、絶好の単独トップ。こいつは均一と見せかけでトイトイで食おうという挑発手でしょう。
そう思うなら、ピンズ、切ってみます？大石さんの牌の左5つ。さっきから切り損ねてるピンズですよね。それを端から順に切ってみたらいいんじゃないですか？
You must be joking. Is he a Mahjong god? If not, he had to be the main character of a manga or something. It's almost as if he is a protagonist of a chapter from a visual novel story here. Goodness. Voiced by the one and only Daisuke. Oh no. Like, the old geezers right over here, like they are gonna be losing. They're gonna start singing like constantly. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. At that moment, the old man sent me a sign on the table. The message was simple and clear.
クラウド、やれ、叩き潰せ。
こんな若い子に様は好きじゃないんですがね。
あう、ここまで舐められて今さら弾けるか。
もう知りませんよ。ではどうぞ。
行くぞ坊主。リーチだ。オープンで行くぞ。ピンズの一数値待ちだ。
Most likely, the tile that Akasaka-kun was waiting for was one of those tiles. With this, Akasaka-kun was no longer capable of winning the hand. When I drew from the wall, I switched out the tile that Akasaka-kun would draw. The tile that I put in was the 1 pin. One of the tiles that the old man was waiting on. Akasaka-kun discarded it a little while ago, so there was no threat of it being the one he needed.
おい、坊主の番だぜ。
I knew he was troubled that the tile he drew was the 1 pin. Of course, he couldn't discard it.
坊主、分かってると思うが、オープンリーチに振り込んだら、100万払いだぜ。
言われるまでもありませんよ。
The tile that came from Akasaka-kun's hand was an honor tile. Phew, ain't that something? There's only one north wind tile left, isn't there? You were counting on a really rough wait, weren't you? But with this, Akasaka-kun's fate was decided.
命拾いしたな。だが、手配は1名だ。逃げきれなくなることもあるんじゃねえのか？
やっぱりそういうことか。
Akasaka-kun glared at the old man with a discerning eye. This guy had pretty good instincts. Did he figure out we were cheating?
やめましょうよ、やっさん。赤坂君の方が2、3枚は上手です。
Heck yeah, he is.
バルイ、ここまで来てやめられるかよ。次行け、掴ませちまえ。
The next tile Akasaka-kun would draw was the 7 pin. With that, he would be settled. No matter which one he discarded, he played right into the old man's hand. An unavoidable full payout! When I drew my towel, I sneakily swapped Akasaka-san's. Flash. What? Akasaka-kun suddenly sneezed, collapsing the wall of tiles in front of him. Oh no! What the fuck?
おいおい、 何やってんだ。
すみません。ついくしゃみをした拍子に山を崩しちゃって。バップ払いですね。親だから4000オールですか？それとも、バップは積み棒に？
Unable to hold back, I guffawed. Akasaka-kun, knowing he was going to be cornered a second time, and unable to escape. He took the drastic measure of knocking over his own wall.
やるなあ、坊主。役満払いをそういう手で防ぐとはな。ガッハハハハハ。
Jesus.
大石さんも、そんな見え見えの積み込みは勘弁してください。これが馬場なら、今ので卓をひっくり返してたところですよ。
いえいえいえいえいえいえ。すみませんすみません。あなたを侮っていましたよ。あなたどうしてお強いじゃないですか。
I was thinking maybe Akasaka was gonna win, like despite the cheating and all that, but yeah, I guess he truly was trapped, so that was the only thing that he could do at that point. We did figure out the cheating though. That should be a win in itself. You motherfuckers.
正直に話さんかい。若い頃はだいぶ慣らしたんだろ。
As far as I'm concerned, Akasaka won this entire night full blast.
早稲田高田の馬場あたりでだいぶ遊ばせてもらいました。
早稲田 and 高田の馬場。
ちょっと勝ちまくりすぎて、馴染みの店に出禁を食らいまして。
I mean, that's quite something.
今の家内にだいぶ怒られて、足を洗ったんです。
Wasn't it that... Okay, so recently I have been watching this Fallout series. It is for those of you who don't know, there's like a video game series called Fallout, and I enjoyed Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas like a lot, like years and years ago. And they made this new show like Fallout, and it was pretty good. And it made me go back to Fallout 3 and such, so I'm playing it right now. One thing that I heard recently is that in Fallout New Vegas, there was this one point where if you win like too many times in like the casinos and such, in Fallout New Vegas, you get kicked out. That's what this reminded me of.
勝ちまくりすぎて？あんた、当時はどのくらいの勝率でやってたの？
メンツにもよりましたが、歌舞伎町あたりで打つときはほぼ負けなしでした。特に、相手があれ系の人のときは命かかってましたからね。
20 times? What kind of stakes were those? Did you have Yakuza at your table? Or pro baseball players?
なんだ
Is there like a Mahjong competition around here where like the Yakuzas and the people from the Sonozakis are playing? Maybe we could just win our way to the top and get information out of the Sonozakis and the Yakuzas to the point where we would get information of the kidnapping and such. Could we use this to advantage? Nah, I don't think this isn't the type of story we're going for here.
クラウド、このタク、お前どっからこんなプロ雀士みたいなの引っ張ってきたんだ。もうやめだやめ。ああもう坊主、おめえの勝ちだ。降参降参。
ありがとうございます。光栄です。
いやいや、しかし赤坂さん、あんた打つと性格変わるね。
Yeah.
なんで就職なんかしたの？あんたならフリーで十分に飯食っていけるじゃない。
It's as if Balder from Yumineko is a pro chess player eventually, and now we have like another version of him who is a Mahjong player. We are turning Higurashi into a Mahjong game.
プロ雀士には腕と突きの両方が必要なんですよ。私には後者がありませんでしたから。
好きなんてその時の運不運だろ。あんたほどの腕があれば十分にいけると思うがな。
波の突きじゃダメなんですよ。
Like, what would be the equivalent of, you know, outsmarting your player, like your opponent, in a Mahjong game? Because in Imineko, it was something along the lines of turning the chessboard around in chessboard terms. What would be the equivalent of that in Mahjong?
関したら3回に1回くらいはそのままカンドラが4つ乗ってここぞという時に狙ってリンシャンが引ける。そのくらいじゃないと。
赤坂君、そんなのが頻繁にできたらそれはもう超能力者ですよ。
いえ、イカ様でも超能力でもなく、そのくらいの打ち手は結構いるんですよ。新宿で知り合った泣くたびにドラが乗りまくる雀士なんか鬼のように強かったですし、横浜で打ったプロなんかは当たり前のように一発で引き当ててましたからね。私にはああいう月がないんです。
What type of folks were those? You weren't named Ryo or Satoshi by any chance, right? Okay, I assume that they are talking about a completely different Satoshi here, not especially. I don't think that a young boy like Satoshi would... Well, it's not like he ran away. I was entertaining the idea, but now I'm reminded that he actually disappeared in 1982, not right now. Like, I was thinking maybe... I don't know, maybe Satoshi just ran away and became a pro at Mahjong and played with Akasaka at some point. Maybe that's still gonna happen, who knows?
というわけで、総合トップは私でよろしいですね。
へいへいへい、乾杯でございますよ。負
けた負けた。久しぶりに大負けだ。
しかし打ってる時の坊主気合い入ってたな。